Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Blitz5, and welcome to the return of the Final Circle podcast. Myself and my buddy Andrew, aka Cypher5, started this podcast last year, I guess, probably at the end of 2018, so a little over a year ago. We recorded 36 episodes, and we took a little bit of hiatus towards the end of the year with some scheduling conflicts, and we are back in 2020. And this is perfect timing because we have a brand new season coming to PUBG. This is season number 6. And there's also a brand new map, Kraken. Still not sure exactly how you're supposed to pronounce that. So this was a perfect time for the podcast. And we didn't just talk about PUBG. We talked about just gaming in general. We were catching up. I actually haven't talked to Andrew in a little while. We were best friends growing up, and we still game together to this day. So that's why we decided to do this. And as always, if you have any topics that you want us to discuss on the podcast, you can leave comments down below in the video, or you can follow us on Twitter. I'm at Blitz5 across all social media platforms, and I think Andrew is on Twitter at Cypher5AD. So you can tweet at us, send us a DM, message us on YouTube, and we can discuss it. And hopefully, if you guys are part of the membership program here on the YouTube channel, we'll get some more members on the podcast this year. We talked about it a lot last year, but that's definitely a big goal for 2020. And yeah, we start off this episode kind of a rolling start. We were looking at what was being viewed on Twitch, kind of an old segment we used to do, just seeing what was popular at the time. Obviously, I think I mentioned it in a second here, but obviously it's not a actual or accurate gauge. It's just nice to see, like, hey, what are people watching and what's popular right now? So if you listened to the podcast before, thank you for listening and your continued support, and let's get right into it.
Yeah. I mean, League of Legends is first, Fortnite is second, which is
Wow,
actually
League of
pretty
Legends,
different.
140,000 viewers on League of Legends still.
Yeah, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And then PUBG is probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13th. 13th. And there's some weird games in front of it right now, like Conan Exiles. What the fuck?
Oh, Conan Exiles is like a someone told me the once that this is kind of like
Oh,
Minecraft for
Apex
adults.
Legends
Like,
is there. Sorry.
yeah, Apex has a weird like logo thing. Like they changed the logo. It's called the arcade event. They have
Yeah.
24,000 viewers. So PUBG doesn't even PUBG is pretty low right now then, huh? It's
13th.
not 20,000 viewers right now.
Yeah, it's 13th. I mean, it was higher up like a minute ago, so someone probably just ended a stream or something like
Yeah,
that.
and of course if you're listening to the podcast when we go over like this is an old school thing that we used to do when we would check like what's being watched. It's just like a very 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 rough gauge of what games are popular. Obviously if a streamer's not on, or if someone used to stream PUBG and today they're not streaming PUBG, this could be off like any given second, but it just gives you like a very very rough estimate of like what's happening when you look at this.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing is like if you're on the front page and the top, your first couple scrolls down, you're doing well,
Yeah. No, for sure. Especially if you're in the front, if in the first, like, I mean, really, if you're in the first, like, 2.5 rows, because that's like what you see when you tune in PUBG. If you're full screen, PUBG's on the second row, and you can see a little bit of the third row. I mean, if you're browsing, at least on a computer, that's what you see, like, right off the bat.
Yeah,
So being on, like, the first or second row is, like, the most important,
yeah. I mean, I'm
probably.
actually really kind of surprised that Apex Legends is so high.
Yeah, but then again, people probably don't really browse that often. I think I used to browse when I didn't really have anybody to watch, like streamers, when I didn't know any
Yeah,
streamers. But now that like I know, I follow a bunch of streamers now, which is funny because like literally a couple years ago, I really wasn't that much into watching streams. Then I started streaming, and I got more into watching streams as I streamed. Like I kind of understood like, oh, this is kind of relaxing to like not have to
yeah,
play and just watch like late night or early in the morning
yeah.
or when you're
Sometimes I
doing
watch it
something.
before I go to bed.
Yeah, it is kind of nice. It's relaxing.
Yeah, like I watch. I mean, dude, Choco Taco's literally been playing all day. I think when you got off, I put him
Has he?
a little bit.
Wow, yeah, he's got 6,500 views
He
playing
usually has
PUBG right now.
he usually has more, so I'm kind of surprised. I think a lot of people have just been watching like Escape from Tarkov, trying to understand that game.
Yeah, that's like really popular right now, and it's been around for a little while, I thought too, but like
It
it's
has
just
been.
kind of resurged a little bit because people,
It's out
I
of
think it's
beta.
like,
It was in
oh,
like a
is it?
beta or something. I think it was in like alpha now or something like that. It was like it's been out for a bit, but I think they just like it was like a limited user release kind of thing. But
Okay, I see.
I
I
mean,
see.
Evil Can is online right now. Evil Can WD-40.
There you go.
Getting
On
that
Twitch.
That's up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I see him.
Rainbow Six. This what one game shattered Counter. Oh, that's Counter Strike. See, they got these new logo things. This Conan Exile one is interesting to me.
Did you hear what I said? It's like people. I've seen some people on my friends list play this, and they said it's like Minecraft, but for like adults. Like you can run around and do whatever. Like you kill people, you can like raid a town, and
Oh,
like
really?
people
Conan
have like
Exile?
houses and they cook stuff, and like
Oh,
it's like Second Life or like Minecraft, but like Conan world, I guess.
interesting. Weird
Yeah,
concept, but interesting.
yeah. I guess it's fairly popular. I mean, I've never played it or really watched it, but I've seen like a couple of screenshots of it before.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, I'm not like into the Conan the Barbarian universe like that, but I guess it's pretty
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, you know what I saw the other day? There was this stat about like just chatting streams on Twitch
Yeah.
that like I thought for the most part, I mean, I know it's going to be a little bit of everything, but I think it probably started this way, like where just chatting was a section where people were like in between playing games or maybe before they played, it was just chatting. And I think still people use it just for that purpose, but a lot of people now are just like they just stream in their living room like with their friends and that's it, like it's just them literally chatting with their friends, like hangout sesh,
Yeah.
and it's becoming like really popular. Isn't that kind of strange? But I mean I get it, but it's also kind of strange at the same time.
Yeah. It is
this
like
lady
I don't get
this
it.
lady's in a hot tub Tinder in Denver in a
I mean, we
bikini.
could
How
just
is
be
that
chatting, I
allowed on
guess, technically.
Twitch? But Twitch is hilarious at that stuff. I mean, I guess
It
that
is a
anything
weird
is fair, but
like there's like these people like kind of like podcasting or something like that.
yeah, I mean, I get it. Podcasting, like we could be on just chatting, like
Yeah, I
recording a
mean, you
podcast,
could.
like live. Yeah, we could do that. Honestly, it's not a bad idea maybe to try that out on Twitch one day, and then people could like chat with us and then ask questions, and like we could talk about it live.
Yeah, it would be kind of interesting to try that.
It's not a bad idea to do that.
Yeah,
Really.
we just need to. I need to clean up my room a little bit because I feel like you need to have the cameras up or something, or at least a
Yeah,
computer screen
you
with.
don't have to, but I think it would be better. Yeah,
It
I
is
think it
like
would be
even if
better.
you have like half the screen. Like I'm watching this one dude on here, and he has like the guy he's talking to up top. He's in the bottom right corner, and then the other screen's like
Yeah. That would be cool, man.
pictures and
Maybe if
stuff.
you picked out like a, I don't know, like you could face the webcam to like kind of fit like what I do, like just split the room, like go like sideways and just have it sort of like towards the wall, so you don't have to like have the whole room in the background,
No, that's pretty much
and
what I
then go
have.
that way.
That's pretty
Yeah,
much the way my desk is situated, so it would probably work out.
I gotcha.
We could figure that out.
That'd be pretty cool. You
Uh,
know,
so
I got
yeah.
a green screen for. Sorry to interrupt you. I'll be quick. I got a green screen for Christmas.
Oh, you
But
did?
yeah, I did. I got the Elgato green screen, and it's pretty cool. I was playing around with it. I've just chosen not to like stream with it yet because it's I don't know if it's my webcam or I need more lighting, but it just isn't working like is. I mean, it works. The green screen obviously is fine, but I
Yeah.
need a little bit better lighting. And this where I stream, there's just not a lot of room, and the green screen is actually like ginormous. It's huge,
Yeah, because you gotta make
and
it cover a lot.
yeah, and I sit kind of close to the wall. So one of the issues is that like I would have to move my setup so where like because the green screen isn't like I don't I sit so close to the wall that the green screen wouldn't be blocking that area behind me. You can still see the wall. You know, if that
Yeah.
makes sense. So I'd
Yeah,
have to
yeah.
kind of like move my setup around. And honestly, like I kind of personally I prefer having my webcam in my room. But what I would like to do potentially is have like a dual webcam setup. So like you people look at me like normal and then like some do maybe something funny where like Doctor's Respect does where like if I get in a car or like a motorcycle in PUBG, I could like flip to the other screen and be like green screen, you know, in the motorcycle or something funny like he does. I mean, I don't know if I could do that, but that would be like my ideal situation where I could switch back and forth, I think, between regular and green
Yeah.
screen.
Yeah, it would be interesting. I think maybe when you have more space, it would be cool to have set up. I thought it'd be
Yeah.
cool if like when you had the tournaments, to like dress up in like a suit and tie and like make it like
That's a
super
great
like
idea.
like broadcaster, like have the
That's a
background of the map and be like pointing to things like John Madden style.
that's a great idea. Yeah, yeah. See, I want to just do it like I think I want to do it just sometimes. I'm definitely gonna test out a stream like in the next month with it and see. I might honestly upgrade my webcam and try to make some small improvements that way.
Yeah. I think it would be good. You could always like change it around too.
Yeah.
When you have more space, it'll probably be easier though.
Yeah, for sure, man. Sure. And you were gonna say something, and I went over to the webcam. Do you remember what you were gonna say?
Yeah, I was gonna ask you. So I watched you play Karakin today.
Yeah, is that? I have no idea how you say it. I've been
Karakin?
calling like
Karakin?
I've been calling it like
Karakin, I
Karakin,
guess.
but I think it's probably
there's
Karakin.
an A, an extra A in there, and a K.
Karakin.
Yeah, I mean, I watched a bunch of streamers playing it today and stuff like that, and it seems really cool.
How dare you watch other streamers than Blitz5?
Well, you got off.
I'm just kidding. I know. It's a really interesting map, man. I mean, today was pretty brutal trying to play on PC, man. With the I mean, I got some kills and stuff, but
you can't play the controller, dude.
It's a little tough, but honestly, I did better with the controller than I would have with the mouse and keyboard. But I was watching some other people stream as well when I was eating dinner, and from what I saw, a lot of people are having the same problem. Where right now, I mean, a lot of people are complaining about the loot and stuff like that. Yeah. But right now, what's tough is that if you look at the map, I put out like a tweet about it, like all the initial like thoughts, like all the compounds are on the water. Yeah. There's no first of all, there's no bridges or anything in the middle of the map. There's some caves and stuff. But basically, when you're outside of the compounds, there's just these huge areas with very, very little cover. I mean, there's some rocks and mountains, but there's a lot of just dead space. Yeah. And I wasn't finding a ton of smokes. I wasn't finding a ton of like I don't think I found a frag. All I was finding was the C4 and couldn't find any scopes. So like I felt super uncomfortable trying to move in with the circle, and then there would just be some guy who found a scope like on top of a rock, and then I'm like, you're screwed, like you just can't push in with that.
I kind of wonder what like if they're just like kind of testing out like the C4, so they're just putting more of that out, stuff like that.
Yeah. Oh, I think right now as like a test, they just wanted like as much C4 as possible. And really the way the map is made, you need C4 because so many of the caves, you literally can't get into unless you have C4. Like there's no way to get in. Like I dropped at some of the cave entrances and I'm like, oh shit, I can't even loot here. And then how about this? I landed at one of the compounds. Yeah. And one of the buildings, one of the only buildings that had loot in it was just locked. Like you needed C4 to get in. So then I had to leave that compound, and then I got killed because I didn't get a gun off the drop. And I was like...
it wouldn't surprise me if they kind of changed that, though. They make it less like that.
Maybe have like an area where it doesn't have that, or... I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure they're gauging like also like what kind of damage the C4 has to give and stuff like that.
Yeah, I threw a bunch of C4 at people, and I never got a kill with it.
But I hope they probably have to... when you got off, Choco Taco was playing, and they literally threw it against the door and stood next to the door and blew themselves up.
Oh, they did just to see if it worked.
And if you're like, they were like 5 feet away from it, didn't do like anything. So they're like,
so you have to be up against the door to die.
They were like really close to it. It killed them, but when they were like a couple feet, it didn't have any damage. Really, it had minimal. It's not like a grenade. Like the grenades are like blowing people up from 20 feet away sometimes.
Yeah. Well, something happened with the grenades in PUBG. I know me and you haven't played Xbox together in a while, but like something has 100% changed with the grenades.
The grenades are pissing me off.
Dude, it's weird. I mean, there's a thing where people have been showing clips of like the other day, our 2 teammates died. Me and Jeezy were playing together. And he was like, I got a grenade. I'll just kill us both so we can restart the game. We were standing right next to each other. And he blew up and I didn't die. And then people on Reddit, I've seen a bunch of clips of people being like, look at this happening. What happened to the grenades where like it's not killing the person next to you, but it's killing me? And the grenade seems like Brando, and I think even you were saying this, sometimes it seems like the grenade's kind of far away and you die, but then the grenade's like right on top of you and you live. It's very weird what's going on.
It's very inconsistent.
Yeah. That's kind of strange.
I don't know how they changed the grenade. Damn, you know what I mean? It was fine at some point, but
yeah, I just don't know. It would be interesting because they have all these patch notes and they say what they change, but then there always seems to be these like small changes that they don't admit or they don't publish or something like that. Like I want to know, like, did they change it? Like what happened? I don't get it.
I'm at a loss. Like like there was a grenade I got hit by. Me and Dede, he was like, we were on the boats in Sandhawk and Dock. He was on the lower level. I was on the upper level. And their grenade, like we were probably like 15 feet apart. And the grenade just killed us both immediately.
Yeah, see, it almost seems like it does more damage at that distance now. It's weird.
Yeah, it's kind of confusing.
Yeah, and
But
I
then there's
noticed
been
just
other times I'm on the other side of a wall and it knocks me. I'm like,
yeah,
what? But
yeah, it's very weird.
it's hard to
It's
say. I don't know how I think that they must make changes without saying anything.
yeah, that's gonna be the only thing I see because it just seems so different. And even for me, um,
Mhm.
I've gotten pretty good with grenades, and I get so many kills from them.
Mhm.
Normally, like that's like sometimes I'll have like an 8 kill game, and 4 of them are because of frag grenades. I know that's like kind of broken, and maybe it should be
Yeah,
fixed. But now, like I just have been rarely getting grenade kills for the past like 2 weeks. Just like not as
I
many.
can never get
Maybe
grenade kills, but I've been killed by mini grenades lately.
yeah,
I don't know if
yeah,
I
it's
just don't
strange.
throw them in the right spot. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think they had a good idea, like with the grenades. Like you should only be able to carry like 2 grenades or something.
Yeah, someone in the
Um,
stream had a good idea. Day Day brought that up where like maybe it's tied to your backpack where like if you have a one backpack, one frag, two backpack would be two frags, three would be uh three frags or something maybe they need to change like the backpack space is is for all your items and then maybe they have like belt space and you can only have 4 total grenades. I don't know if that's a good idea because sometimes it's nice having a lot of smokes, but
yeah,
maybe something like where you can only carry 5 total grenades or something. I don't know. You have to
yeah,
choose.
dude. There was the other day we were in a game and literally we just got bombarded by grenades. Like five
Yeah,
grenades like landed there, and we were just getting bombarded. It was just sucked because it's
yeah,
like sometimes you can find no grenades, and sometimes you'll find like 20. So it's like
yes,
so unbalanced. Like
yeah. The other day on Sanok, I had like 8 grenades and I was trying to give them away, and everyone on our team was like, "Yeah, I got 3, I got 5." You know, I'm like, "Holy crap, we have so many
yeah.
grenades."
And then there's another team that didn't see a single one.
Yeah, and then all you have to do is keep throwing grenades at everywhere, and you'll eventually get
Yeah,
somebody.
you get somebody, especially depending on where you're at. And then
Yeah.
like Molotovs have been awkward, like just like literally setting people on fire and it doesn't do anything, you know?
Yeah, I stopped using them for that reason. There was a couple times where it just like set people on fire. I think I was in a game with Day Day and he landed like the perfect Molotov and the guy
Yeah,
had already been shot a couple times and he still lived. And I was like, I just, I mean,
they're
sometimes
not
it is,
reliable.
yeah, I mean, sometimes they're great and they're great at like clearing a building and stuff like that, but they're not as reliable as other things in the game.
No.
And
Yeah, I mean,
as I've played a lot more, I've just realized the value of like smoke, especially on like a new map like this, like Karakin, however you say it. Like
yeah,
smoke is
smokes are
so
important.
important on like Miramar and stuff when there's no cover. They're so important. It's crazy.
Yeah, and I mean, well, it's funny because like we were playing with Data. I was playing with Data the other night, and he was just saying like if he uses smokes, like the smokes have like killed him in the game because he's just gotten like he gets really bad
Oh, that's right. He
not
gets rid of
DC.
that
It
frame
literally,
frame
yeah, his
loss.
frame
Yeah,
rate drops really hard, and he's gotten lobbied a couple times. I mean, it
back
doesn't
on.
happen to
Yeah,
me, and he has an Xbox One X and SSD, so it's really kind of a
it's a
I
case
don't
by
know what
case with
that
some
is.
people. Yeah, it's pretty strange. My Xbox handles the smokes pretty well. I rarely have an issue with that, but
I haven't
I
had an
still
issue.
like. I know you crashed. You said the other day, first game was like last night or 2 nights
Yeah,
ago.
playing a duo with Evil,
Yeah,
literally just driving down the street and just crashed it. And I was joking about how the game's not broken. I was like,
you're
this
like
game's
game's
not
not
broken.
broken. Game's not broken, and then it just crashed.
And it crashed. I was like, wow. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the only thing. I think there's just so many odd issues that they just like have a really hard time nailing down. And I don't know, like, if it's that they don't have the personnel to like just solve the issues or what it is, but some of them it's just like, come on, like this has been so persistent for a while. Like, crashing it went away and then it's been back for probably since the, season 4, that there's been some crashing issues. And that's not to say like you should never crash, but there's just obvious
No,
like
PUBG crashes more than any game I've ever played on Xbox. That's for sure.
and over the length of time and like and just like the frame rate drops. It's just like, what is like is it like sometimes I'm like, are they just so far ahead with what they're trying to do with this game that technology isn't keeping up, like the technology isn't there yet? And then other times I'm like, that's bullshit. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Um, At this point, I really wonder. Like, I wonder if it's like multiple issues that keep arising, or if you're right. Like, is it just the same issue that they haven't been able to like pinpoint and like tackle? But then the question would be why? Like, not enough employees. Like what? Like what? I don't know. You know what I mean?
I
I
mean, it
know
could be
that
lack of
like
skills.
yeah. Like I know. I watched that video the other day. I mentioned it in the
Yeah.
stream. It was like it was a really cool video for anybody listening about like PUBG, the origins of PUBG, how like they never made an FPS game before. People told them like this is a bad idea, and it's actually kind of a cool video because if you think about it, like if you're a company and you're trying to make a new product, like back in the day, what was popular like Team Deathmatch, and you're trying to say, oh, we're gonna make this game with 100 players and it's like well, you have one life. People would be like, "You have one life." No, like even me, I was like, "No one wants to play a game where you die and then it's it." Like I thought
Yeah,
battle
back
royale
to the
wasn't gonna
lobby.
last very long.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm like, you have one life. Like that's so boring. Like it's so easy to die, you know.
Yeah.
And PUBG made this genre like super popular, and then they got all the success. Doesn't seem like they were ready for it, like they did not have the team. Then they get probably all this money flowing in. Then they're trying to hire people, but at this point, like you said, after so many years, you think like and they never made a game on console, but like wouldn't you have hired some like serious console developers at this point, like
Yeah.
2 years in, to really be like, okay, now we need serious console developers, like let's fix all these issues and make it like a console game, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I think
Yeah,
possibly. I don't know. I think one thing that shot them in the foot that they were like specifically looking for people that spoke Korean or something.
yeah, for a while they were. I don't know if that's still the case,
I
but
hope
yeah, I
not.
remember I
I,
remember
I
that. Yeah,
mean, I understand that there's an issue with that. Like they need to
yeah,
really communicate, but at the same time, it's like, holy shit, dude. Like you're
yeah,
already like drawing a pretty big limit of your developers in the United States.
yeah.
Because
Well,
it's not even like Korea is
clearly
like
not
the
everyone that
biggest.
works at the company, but they were looking for a lot of the developers. Just to clarify what Andrew said, because we looked one time at their website, and like a lot of the developer positions, like one of the things was that they preferred if you speak Korean because a lot of the developers were Korean. At least that's what we saw. Like
Yeah,
that was a year ago when
that
we
was a
looked it
while
up.
ago. Yeah,
Yeah, maybe even
it's
longer.
probably
Yeah,
changed now. I would hope. If it didn't
yeah,
change, I'd be like, there's probably part of the issue is, you don't.
yeah,
How many people do you think are like, worked on like Xbox games and stuff like that? That are specifically Korean. I would say this
yeah,
sounds
for sure,
ridiculous.
100%.
If they were like Indian or something or Chinese, there's a lot more people and there's a lot more in that like game, like coding in general, just engineering. But
Yeah,
I mean, just
no,
Korean's
just by
very
the sheer
specific.
population and people that speak those
Yeah,
languages. Yeah,
yeah. There's just far more,
yeah,
but
that's true. That's
it's
definitely
definitely
true.
interesting. I mean, it was a good video, and I mean, like when you explode like that, it's definitely hard. Um,
Yeah, I mean it's kind of cool. It's kind of see like, I mean the game is not everybody knows PUBG, but the game is pretty kind of changed the landscape, and in gaming everybody knows it at least, and like it's a cool thing, and I'm happy that they're still pushing with all of this like new stuff that's coming into the game, and even I was thinking about it before when we were looking at Twitch, like League of Legends has 140,000 viewers. League of Legends came out 10 years ago.
yeah,
So like, damn. I mean,
I know League of
it's doing
Legends has
almost
been
it's doing
around for
better
a long.
now than it was when we were in college. Like 8 years ago. So I'm hoping that PUBG is like a game like that where like like the seasons start getting like really legit. More people start playing. I said this on every podcast, but I just think the game needs to go free to play so everybody can try it out. But the thing is that if it's not fixed and they go free to play, people download it and they crash. Like they're not gonna want to come back. You know?
Yeah. No, 100%. And I think that it's still relates to the performance thing as well too,
Yeah.
You don't want to do it. Like even if you do have no crashing, you just have constant frame rate dropping, it's kind of
Yeah.
it's just a really hard thing to kind of get over for some people. And I
Yeah,
get it. Like
especially
if you're spending 2 grand on a really nice computer and you're playing video games on it and like you're just playing a game that just can't hold up frame rates,
yeah,
it
and
is
there's
probably a
every
little
other
bit
game
frustrating.
you can play, then yeah.
Yeah, you're just I could see you being a little frustrated with it.
Yeah,
Um,
for sure.
I mean, I would for me, like going from console to PC, I'm like, whatever. Like if I'm playing with like 60 frames per second, I'm like, whoa, this is amazing.
Yeah, same.
But yeah, if you're playing like on, like Rainbow Six Siege or something like that, and you're playing at, 150, 60 frames per second or something, and then all of a sudden you're playing PUBG on your $1,800 computer and you're getting like 50. You know what I mean? You're like, what the hell?
Yeah, totally.
And I think
100%.
it's also because the maps are so big, it's loading in so much information. Like we've definitely talked about, like
For
remember
sure.
like they got rid of this thing where if someone shot a bullet on against a tree, it would have to like load to everybody that that bullet hit the tree there and stuff like that. And
Yes. Yeah.
there's some
Interesting stuff,
crazy
man.
shit like that. But
I mean, it's crazy when you think about how complicated it is. There's like behind the scenes, like the average gamer isn't thinking about that kind of stuff, but there's a lot of loading
mm,
that happens.
yeah, it's a lot of like uploading and downloading
Yeah.
information between the player and the rest of the players on the server.
Yeah, we were cracking up the other day on what is it? We all died. There was one person left on our squad, and we were watching him. He was just kind of hiding, and there was like 10 people left. So we were like, just hide as much as you can, try to maybe kill like the last team.
Yeah.
And this whole team came down this like the mountain in front of him in Erangel,
Hmm.
and they looked like little like Sonic the Hedgehog pixels flying down the mountain. It looked so ridiculous, and
Oh
that's
my
what they changed the way people load in the distance,
Yeah.
so it's like less of a issue for your console or whatever. And it just I mean it is nice, but like it just looks so weird because it looks like there's pixels like melting off them, like flying off them as they run down the mountain. And I always say it's like PUBG 64. It looks like sometimes it looks like N64. Other times though, like some of the guns, and like I was playing in first person, you really see like the gun mechanics and stuff, like
Oh yeah.
reloading.
The
And
guns look
like,
amazing.
dude, the guns and some of the stuff in the game looks so good. It's like
Yeah.
it's awesome how dope the game looks. They've done a really good job with it.
Yeah. I mean, playing a lot of first person lately, you notice that 100%. Like when you're on Miramar, like the rocks look so jagged. You feel like you're playing Minecraft. But
Yeah,
looking at the gun, you're like, oh, the gun
yeah,
looks fantastic. And you're a
yeah. It's
midget in first person too, which is like you're standing next to a barrel or something, and you're like, or like you're in a house and you're against a banister in the house, like in the hand railing, you're like, it's like your eye level. You're like, what house is this? Like for giants? You know what I mean? Like what?
yeah, yeah. The size is off. I feel like that's more on console though. When you're on PC, I don't feel it as much.
No, it's
It's
not.
like a console thing. It's very weird.
No, it's 100% a console thing because I've watched them play and I'm like, why does he have normal looking? You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah, must have something weird like ported over. That just the camera angle or something is off. It's very strange.
Yeah, it's like the camera's in their chest, but the thing is that their whole body is actually that high.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's like. It's like the camera. Yeah, that's what it seems like. Um, what was I gonna
But
say? Yeah, what have you been? What do you think about playing like first person more? I today and we should talk more about this like new map and stuff. But the
yeah,
this new map was only on the PC PTS. It was only in first person only, which makes sense. That's more popular on PC than it is on console. But you've
yeah.
been playing it a lot more, and I played it a little bit too on stream here and there. Yeah, do you like the like? What do you think about it?
So at first, like we've been playing it a lot just because like the
Yeah.
season was over. I don't really worry about the seasons, but I think it was just
Mhm.
it's to change it up a little bit. We were kind of getting frustrated. Like I know I was getting frustrated with third person. I just felt like there's so much peeking and it's just so different. And I
Yeah.
think this is where PUBG kind of really fucked up from the beginning was creating the two game types, the third person
Yeah.
and
Yeah. We
first
said all the
person.
time, man. I think that was their biggest
Biggest,
problem.
and
Yeah.
I think I get why they did it. I'm sure they had only first person. They were like, well, people can't tell where they're getting shot from, and it's gonna be frustrating. So they couldn't probably make up their mind or something. But I
Yeah, I
don't know
think
for
they
sure.
started with third person first, and then realized I think that they wanted also to have the option for just first person like competitiveness, because that's what
Yeah.
everyone says. It started off third person. That's like what
Well, if
people
that's how
argue
it
all the time.
started, but I just think it should have been first person. They should have
Yeah.
just stuck with first person, really hammered that out. You know what I mean? Because that's how competitive PUBG is. That's how you can see most of the streamers are playing. You know what I mean? PC players. So I don't think
Yeah.
it
I
would have
mean,
been a bad thing to be
honestly, I
only
wonder if
first
they'd ever
person.
come to the point. I mean, they're making some pretty big decisions here, like taking out Vikendi temporarily for the beginning of the season. Someone
Hmm.
said, sorry, we're going from topic to topic. If you're listening to this, someone said that it's actually going to come back during the Lunar New Year in 2020. So I'm googling what that is. Oh, that doesn't make sense. So they said it's coming back on the Lunar New Year, but the Chinese New Year says January 25th. So that doesn't make sense because it's going to be taken out at the end of this month. So
Yeah.
I don't know what that tweet was about, but basically, Vikendi's going to get removed temporarily, and then Kraken, or however you pronounce the map, is going to take its
Karakin, yeah.
place, Karakin. And what was I saying? So that's a pretty big decision. So I wonder if they would ever like decide to remove TPP or something, because that would also help the player base, like matchmaking queues and stuff like that. But then all the
I don't know.
TPP players would be like,
Yeah, I think they would lose. I think it's different than taking out a map. I think that's bigger.
no, it is. It's really aggressive, but it could be like what they need. I don't know.
I just
You know
feel
what I
like
mean?
too many people would be upset about that.
Yeah.
Once you play first person though, it's very intense. Like it's harder, it's faster paced. You can push hard. You know what I mean? Like it makes
Yeah.
it in a way less campy. You know what I mean? Because you can't, just be sitting behind a wall and like looking around all the time. You
Yeah.
know? Like you can't
Yeah.
just see everything around you. So like you have to be moving around and peeking around the wall. So like if you're a team running up to the town, like you're not just getting third person viewed as you're running up to the town. Like, they have to actually look so you would have a chance of seeing them first.
No, for sure, man. It's funny because I really like it. It reminds me of playing Call of Duty, but I
Hmm.
wish I could get my controls to feel like Call of Duty. I think it's a PUBG issue. I feel like PUBG is just so clunky, and
Yeah.
also the frame rate stuff. But yeah, because I mean, I went and played Call of Duty the other day, first person only the whole time. I mean, that's what we used to only play, and I like that. But it's just something just doesn't feel right about it in PUBG still to this day. I think it's my controls because there's just so many. There's all the sensitivities for all the different scopes. There's
Yeah.
the general sensitivity. There's hip firing sensitivity. It's really hard to, like, you want it to be fast when you're in first person, but then you want it to slow down so you can hit those like accurate shots. But like, you need to be fast, I guess, to look around everywhere. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I mean, no, I understand. I feel what you're saying.
Have you moved your sensitivity now that you've been playing FP first person more? Like, did you turn your sensitivity up or you kept it the same?
Not really. It's about the same. I think I'm still kind of like playing with it. The hard part is soft aiming in first person. I feel like the other day I was playing and I was shooting the vector and I got laid out and I was like, where did all of my bullets just go? You know what I mean? It was just like they're just disappearing. The guy was right in front of me and I didn't get a single hit marker on him, but I don't think that was necessarily a sensitivity issue. I just think maybe it's getting used to like soft aiming in first person because
Yeah, yeah, the soft aiming. But the soft aiming in first person is way better than soft aiming like
on
over the
third
shoulder.
person.
It's
Yeah,
like especially up close, it feels pretty good. It's like a better hip fire.
yeah, exactly. And it's better that way anyway because you're not doing the weird peeking. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
I really enjoy first person. I wish it was just, and it was the only one. I think if they just made it the only one, I think they would still be just as successful.
Yeah. I kind of agree with you, man. That's what I'm saying. Maybe they just like maybe that would be a really big decision that they would need to make to like keep the game going because with I think they're worried about having 5 maps in the game, and I mean think about it, 5 maps is like basically more things to queue for than they have solos, duos. We've said this before, solos, duos, squads. Then times it by TPP and FPP. I mean, that splits the player base a lot, so
Yeah,
it's
I
not
mean,
ideal.
yeah, I don't know. So my thing is like they're getting rid of this map. Like, so what's the plan? Are they someone I had heard that it's going to be a featured map again, and then the other selection will be, the other 3 maps or something like that. I don't know if that's a true
Yeah,
statement though.
yeah, I heard that it's going to be the Karakin is going to be featured allegedly, and then I think there's going to be a playlist with the other 3 maps, or maybe they're all 4. You go to this other playlist section,
Gotcha.
and then I think that kind of makes sense because maybe this map should be by itself because it really is so much smaller and so much different than the other maps, and then have all the 100-player maps together, and then I guess they want to make sure that the queue times aren't bad. That's like and that like people getting the map that they want to play, and they took all that into consideration and decided to remove Vikendi. I don't know why having an extra map would make the queue times worse. I think maybe it's like so bad maybe on PC that people are quitting out of Vikendi or something. I don't know. I thought maybe they were going to announce that like, hey, we understand that like people are frustrated with Vikendi and that's why we're removing it, but didn't seem to be the reason. They were all kind of basing it off of like wait times and stuff. That's what they were concerned about.
The wait times to like get into the game, or
Yeah, that's what the studio director said. He was like tweeting about it that like they were concerned with like the wait times and stuff.
for Vikendi, or just for loading
Having
into the
five
game?
maps, having 5 maps would, I guess, make it longer. I don't know why, but they said to make it longer.
Yeah, I mean, it does take a lot of time to get this. It's 100 people in a game. It take a lot of time, and you need a lot of people online. But I mean,
Yeah, but why wouldn't
uh,
having another map make it more of a wait time? It just depends on how many people are queuing up, right? Like it just means you get to play the map that you like less. I don't
yeah.
know why it would make the time longer.
Or
I
you're
was kind of
splitting
confused by
people
that.
more, I guess. And so it takes longer. Because I would say, like, imagine you have 5 maps, right? Well, there's 5 maps, and then there's 5 servers, right? So everyone's online. You have 1,000 people online. You have they're just evenly distributed, and then all of a sudden 10 people get online. I don't know. The
I
way
was
I'm
doing.
thinking of it is a little confusing, I feel like, but like I think that there's more distribution of like where people are located on a server. So there's more wait time because it's like harder to get everyone into like one spot to fill up a lobby.
Okay, because I mean, you have like server and stuff like information, so it's like maybe like more of like a technical side that I don't understand. But to me, in my head, I was thinking like say like 100 people say ready up within like say a minute, and
Yeah.
then like and then to me in my head, they're like, okay, there's like 100 people there, and then it's like it's basically like roulette, like one or whatever, like it's like a slot machine. Okay, Vikendi's up, put him on Vikendi. Next 100 people, Sanok's
Yeah.
up, but you know what I mean. So I'm like, why would it matter if there was 4 or 5 of that like
Probably because you
roulette,
have that
like
happening, like, I guess because it's not just like one. There's not like one game. There's like so many different games. I think. I don't
yeah,
know. It
that'd
could
be
be
interesting to
that.
see.
I guess there's probably some reason. I feel like that's not made up. I just don't know how to explain it.
Yeah,
But
no,
also,
I mean, I don't think they. Yeah, there's got to be some kind of reason that I just don't understand.
I mean, map
But
selection seemed to be such an issue, and it's just like it's so necessary to have map selection.
yeah,
I think they
well,
probably
that's
regret making so many maps, or
I
like
don't
the
know.
earlier on maps. You know what I mean? They're like, oh,
I don't mind not having map selection, but I do like having the featured map when a new map comes out because that's what everybody wants to play. But
yeah,
like I mean, think about it. Like in Call of Duty, there wasn't really map selection. I don't know. I think it's fun. Like and now that they're Boris was talking about it today, like it's kind of interesting. I like it that like they're implementing like C4, and then later there's going to be this rocket launcher RPG that comes into the game. It's not launching right away.
yeah.
Um, and like
The
it seems like
bike,
it's
the
gonna be
flying.
it's gonna be like Kraken exclusive, the RPG. And
Yeah,
to me, it's a cool way to like. I know some people are like, "Oh man, I want to see the RPG on every map," but it's kind of a cool way to be like to test this stuff out in like a closed environment. Then if it's like really broken, then they can fix it, or hey, say like, "Oh, it's only on this map, so don't worry." Same thing with the glider planes; those are only going to be on Erangel and Miramar. So like, I think it's fun. Like each map has its own vibe, its own vehicle, maybe sometimes its own guns. Some people hate that stuff, but I like it. I like it a lot. I think it's fun.
yeah. No,
Because I'm
I
saying
like
it's
that
like,
there's variety. Like they're all not the same.
yeah, because what if it was like Fortnite and then they were trying to put all this stuff into one map,
Yeah,
and
people were
then
getting
it
pissed.
would get like too busy. There'd be like glider planes, RPG, C4. Then you're like, I just want to play old school PUBG, and that's what's kind of cool. Like you say like after this update, which is going live, it's live now on the PC PTS, and then it'll be live next week, and then on console on the 30th of January. Like if you want crazy C4 gameplay, Kraken. If you want old school PUBG, you hope you get Erangel. But that I guess that comes back to your defense. Like it'd be nice to have map selection because if you're an old school player, you probably don't want to play on Kraken. Like you just want to play straight like surviving on Erangel. You know?
Yeah, I really like Erangel still. I mean, yeah, I agree. I just think it would be nice to have like the map selection at the end of the day, and I get why they don't have it. But if random is the way they have to go, I just want it to be truly like that you're not playing the same map over and over and over again. Like somehow it needs to log that you're not that you just played Miramar 4 times or Sanhok.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it just sucks.
Yeah, it does. It totally does. We played even Sanaka's, like my favorite map, I think. And we played it 4 times in a row, and we were playing with Boris and some people, and we just wanted like a casual surviving match, like on Miramar, Arangel, like a
Yeah,
little
you
bit
just
more
want
time to like get set up, you know?
yeah, and you just
Sometimes you're
don't
just in the
get
mood
it.
for a certain game.
Yeah.
Sometimes you want to play really
Eh,
fast pace. Like I miss having Sanaka as like its own map, and then sometimes that's the issue too. Is what's different about I'm kind of fighting my own argument, but like in Call of Duty, most of the maps are similar. Like okay, maybe this map's a little bit bigger, but you're getting to the point now in PUBG where like Erangel is a completely different match than playing Sanhok sometimes. I mean, similar, but like it's a lot different.
Yeah. It's yeah.
So you could kind of fight it either way, argue it either way.
Yeah, I
What makes
agree.
more
I
sense?
just if it's gonna be random, which is I can actually live with random as long as like you get different maps. Like that's it. I just want
Yeah,
more of the variety. Like if I'm gonna
yeah,
play 4 games, it's okay if like, 2 of the 4, 3 of the 4 are the same map, but like after you get the third time, it's like, come on.
let's play a
I
different
don't
game
want to
here.
play like one night like you get on sometimes and you play all your games are on the same map. And it's like you play for like 3 hours and you just played Miramar the whole time or Sandhawk the whole
Yeah,
time.
I have a new appreciation for Miramar over the past like 6 months. Like I really like that map now. But there's nothing worse than if you're just playing for like 2 hours and all you get is Miramar because the games are so slow.
Yeah,
So you're like, dude, we didn't
exactly.
even do anything. I never found any loot.
Yeah,
Like, yeah,
I
I
definitely
feel
have
it.
Miramar grew on me as well. But
Yeah,
yeah, exactly. It's 110% just that. Like you don't want to be, especially if it's like I only got an hour to play and you're playing like you get to play a game and a half. You're like,
yeah,
because you're on Miramar. So
totally.
it's
Yeah, what
definitely amazing.
so someone said today, shout out to Hemi from the stream. I played with him some games on PC that he said the full length match on Kraken was 18 minutes, which is pretty fast. What like plane is really loud flying by my house. They're
Yeah,
like Aaron Gall is like 30 to 35 minutes, right? Vikendi's like a little bit less than that. Sanak I think is like in the 25-minute range, maybe a little bit more, give or 24 to 26.
yeah.
So or maybe even 22. I don't know. And then I'm kind of blanking. And then I guess this is probably like 18 to 20, depending on how it goes.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be faster. And well, like it's only a 2x2, so it's even smaller than Sandhawk, right?
Yeah, Sanak is well when they say 2 by 2, that's the actual like mini map size. So if you look at it, the whole like canvas is 2 by 2, but then someone was saying the actual map is really like 1.5 or like 1 by 1. Really, it's like really really
Yeah,
tiny
because you're
because
the
all the water
water.
space around it. Yeah, so it's actually a pretty small map. I just brought it up here in Google to like look at it. So yeah, let's talk about this a little bit more. Like,
Yeah.
what did
I,
you see from like watching it today? I'm sure you got to see a decent amount of gameplay, like by checking out some streams, right?
yeah, I mean, it definitely seems like it's uh, off the bat extremely small. People are running through it, and like you said earlier on, like it when you see the map pop up or like they're jumping, it does seem like all the buildings and everything are on the outside, and in the
Yeah,
middle there's no real cover, and there is just like a lot of weak loot. But
yeah,
like and there are no scopes, 100%. Like I have seen a lot of people with like Car 98s and M24s, and they're using red dots or 2 times scopes. So I mean, not necessarily it's a small map. Like, do you really need a 4x scope? Not really, but it's just
maybe
kind
though.
of
There's so many
like
mountains. It's like there's the terrain
yeah,
differential
I
is
mean, you're
pretty
still
high.
aiming at a distance, right? And it
Yeah,
seems like that purple zone or black zone is like very constant, like it's happening all the time.
yeah. I would say it's almost happening too much, maybe.
Yeah. I've
Or they
noticed
need to
that's like
they need to
almost
quiet down the siren. Like for anybody that's listening, didn't hasn't seen it yet. So on Kraken they added a black zone to the map, which is actually purple. And I don't have my game on colorblind mode, but it makes
mhm.
sense because black I guess would be hard to see. But also I think that would be kind of cool because it would eliminate like your vision in that area
Yeah.
on the mini map. But what happens is instead of the red zone on this map, there's a black zone, and a siren will go off, and the black zone will target specific location, like compounds. It doesn't just happen randomly like a red zone. It will target a specific compound, even a large one or a small one, and then bombs will drop about anywhere from like, from what I saw, it seemed like 3 to 5 bombs will drop.
Yeah.
So, and it will blow up the building, and then it's like destructed and you can go in still. Like I went to a building that blew up and there was still loot on the bottom, but I'm guessing all the loot like on the second and third story were gone, and you could actually still go inside the first floor and stuff. It was just all like rubble.
Mhm.
And something I found was interesting about that was like I was landing in I was still kind of coming in on the parachute, and a black zone was hitting the compound right next to where I was landing. So like if you landed at the compound right off the bat, you had to like get out of there. So they happen like right off the bat, and
Yeah.
they happen constantly throughout the match, and you're constantly hearing the sirens go off, and then the planes fly really low for some reason. So the plane was really loud, like the crate plane airdrop. So there was like it reminded me of playing Call of Duty. Constant noise. You hear a lot of firing. There's a lot of C4 going off. The C4 noise is hilarious, by the way. Like
Yeah, it sounds like a shitty cell phone calling.
the old Nokia phone. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Super
crazy.
super ghetto.
Yeah, I mean that's how they make like those C4 like bombs, right? And actually, the image it really is a phone on the front of it. That's crazy.
Yeah, I've
That's wild.
seen that. It does look exactly like that old phone.
Yeah, yeah. So, and that was kind of cool though. The C4 made me laugh every time I used it. Like it's very, it's kind of like using a spike trap. Like it's so much fun just throwing it out and seeing what happens, like blowing up a wall or whatever.
Yeah. It
It's pretty
definitely
cool.
looks pretty cool. Um, Everything I saw though, like I like, and honestly, when I kind of initially like read through it, watched the video, I mean, I was excited and really kind of looking at it, like I think that they've kind of have gone their way of like a Call of Duty kind of map. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
If that makes sense.
it does seem like this way. I mean, Call of Duty's done so many like Middle Eastern. I mean, this is north of Northern Africa, but like has that vibe for sure.
Yeah.
Kind of like I think there's a famous Call of Duty map called like Oasis
Yeah.
that has this kind of vibe,
Mhm.
and I mean, it's cool. I liked it, but I will say that maybe because I was like dying more and I wasn't really, we weren't playing with I'm not really set up on PC. I wasn't really playing in a full party. So that definitely like decreases the experience a little bit, like not having a
Yeah.
squad to play with, and I'm not used to playing on PC, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But I will say
Yeah.
that like I wasn't having a ton of fun playing the map. I was having a ton of fun like getting C4 and blowing the building up, but then like once the circle closed in, I wasn't having a fun time. There's not a lot going on in the map like outside the like I'm just
There's-
really shocked to see how like desolate it is in the middle. It's very
Yeah.
basic, you know?
I'm like, I have like Taco's stream up, and I just looked over or opened it, and I could see, yeah, like he's flying in, and there's just nothing in the middle of that map.
Yeah, there's really nothing there. I don't know. I wonder if like I think people were complaining about so many compounds in Kendi, and that's why they removed them. And then maybe when they made this map, they said let's do less compounds. But I don't know where this whole like less compound thing is coming from because I think like I think it I don't know. I was gonna say makes it better, but maybe it doesn't. I'm not sure. It's hard to say.
No, I agree. I mean, I don't know who really gets butthurt about having like compounds. I mean, and then they just
I
like
think
took the balls off of the Kendi, so
yeah, yeah. They neutered Vikendi, all the
like real
compounds
hard,
there.
very hard.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, I will say I forget how to pronounce her name, but Dana, the streamer, I think her name is like Denuct or something. Her gamer tag, that's what it like looks like. Do you know who that
Yeah,
is?
no, not
Uh,
really.
okay, she's a streamer. She's a very popular PUBG streamer. I'll uh, I'll show you her like page after. She tweeted something out like, she liked the new map and stuff,
Hmm.
but she's like, I will say that I have more fun playing Vikendi than I do this map, and like a lot of people liked it and were responding to it, and I'm like Wacky Jacking. I think some other people liked it, and I'm like, I kind of agree. Like I have so much fun playing Vikendi. Like it's to me, it's like the perfect map size in between Sanok, in between Erangel. So many fun locations. Like I don't know. I always have a
Yeah,
good time playing that map.
no, I agree. I think the Kendi is a great map. I just I don't understand like the issue with that everyone had with it.
Yeah. I think on like I said, it's the PC community is way more vocal and like obviously more people play on PC, more people play PUBG like in Europe and in Asia than in the US. So like they listen to that market first. And I think a lot of people in that market, like it doesn't run as fast on their PC, so they get frustrated and they just didn't like it for some reason. So then
Yeah,
that's like where they're like catering to, I think, a little bit when like I feel like if you talk to most people who play console now, they like enjoy Vikendi. So it must just be something like that.
Yeah, I think I don't. I really. I just. I guess it would be that like the PC people just are unhappy with performance.
Yeah.
I don't
People on
know.
PC are really particular about performance, so obviously, like we were kind of talking about that before, but
Yeah, I get it to a point, but I also
same.
don't think it's like Jesus Christ. It's just a game.
Yeah.
You
Yeah, yeah,
know,
yeah.
and I think a lot of people are saying like get rid of Miramar instead or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Because at
mean,
least that map's been out longer.
yeah, and I think like it's a double. It's another 8x8 map, right? Erangel is 8x8, Vikendi 6x6. It would make it like a little bit more spread out. Maybe remaster. Take the time to remaster Miramar so the hay bales explode and it looks better, and people
Yeah.
don't get PUBG'd on like little rocks.
Oh yeah, like
Yeah, that
smooth
would have
it
made
out.
sense, honestly. Take away Miramar, then remaster it.
Yeah.
That would have made sense.
No, I agree. Yeah, bring it like bring it back out, then do Sandhawk. You know what I mean? Like, I think a
Yeah,
good way to map select would be like you could do the larger maps, or you could select the two smaller maps.
I agree with you. That's how it used to be. Remember when they first brought in Sanhok? It was like mini royale and battle royale. That was like the
Yeah, yeah,
best.
yeah, yeah.
That was the best. When you wanted to play a full game, battle royale. You want to play mini royale, Sanhok all
They
day.
should do that. I don't know why that's like. I just don't get
Yeah,
like they really have that little player base or something. I
I don't
really
know.
don't know.
Hopefully he comes back, man. That's the issue.
I
Be
guess
interesting to see.
TBD, right? We'll see how it goes with the featured map.
Yeah, and we'll see. I
Hopefully they'll
mean,
keep it.
I think like glider planes. I saw a lot of people tweeting out that like they were re-downloading PUBG. I mean, I guess that happens a lot during the update, but like these updates are pretty exciting now. Like there's a lot of new content. These aren't just like, oh, like new update. There's a lot of stuff in there, like especially new map. A new map's always pretty big for the game. I feel like big bump. So maybe this will bring a lot of people back temporarily, and if they like what they see, they'll stay. And
Yeah,
now's a good time because like there might be some people fatigued with like Call of Duty, Apex, like the unless Call of Duty drops their battle royale, but I haven't heard anything about that. And we're 2 weeks into the new year, so I don't know. Maybe they'll announce
yeah.
that like in February or March or something if they're gonna do that.
What, bring back Vikendi?
No, I was saying, remember there was rumors that like Call of Duty's supposed to drop a battle royale,
Oh yeah,
like
yeah. I thought that was
like
supposed to be this month.
oh, I thought it was supposed to already have like I thought they I guess I was just saying where is it? Like I don't know.
Yeah, I
You know what I
thought that
mean?
was supposed to come out this month, but
Is
who
it? Yeah.
knows? Yeah, I don't know. That's interesting. I forgot about that. I honestly would try it. I heard it was supposed to be free too, right?
Yeah, for sure. I just was saying that like maybe I was saying that like there's a lot of fatigue from other games that will probably help PUBG because people will be leaving them, but if Call of Duty the new battle royale comes out, that'll probably be bad for pub because
Yeah.
people like want to try that. But we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see. I mean, they haven't come out with it yet either, which is odd. There hasn't been
Yeah.
anything about that. Like, I haven't heard
Yeah,
anything about it.
yeah, that's what I was saying. It's just kind of weird. There hasn't been a lot of stuff.
It's
But
been
then
very
again, like
quiet.
Apex came out of nowhere. Remember that when Apex dropped? Like they were
Yeah.
like, "Hey, we're releasing this game tomorrow. We want to let everybody know." And it was like a huge thing. And then like a
Yeah.
million people downloaded it. It was kind of cool how they did that.
Yeah. It was so random too. They're just like, yeah, we got this.
Also, you mean
Uh,
announce anything for the game? They just haven't really said too much.
yeah, because they were like pretty big about it, and then all of a sudden it's just like on. I mean, it reminds me of Battlefield. Battlefield has so many plans, and also it just like fizzles out, and they just never do it.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, remember shit. What was that
Firestorm.
called? Firestorm.
Firestorm.
Wow.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was
it's
out
pretty.
for like a hot second.
Yeah, it
Everyone
was
was
gonna get
trying to
killed.
make a battle royale. I honestly think sometimes a big company was like, we're gonna do a battle royale. We're gonna just basically take PUBG or something because like that one's pretty popular, and but we could it's has a lot of issues. Like we could do it better, and just did exactly the same game, like same everything, just made performance better. They'd probably kill it.
I mean, you're probably right, but I mean, then again, though, sometimes these companies have a hard time getting it done. You know?
Yeah, I know they're just like very big and stuff, but it
Yeah.
would be interesting if they did. They'd be like, "Oh, we just got this all prioritized, and we have great performance, and literally we're doing the exact same thing. It's the same game,
Yeah.
calling it the AKW instead of the AKM."
I just wish. I mean, I think PUBG is just so there, man. You know, I was thinking about it. Like, Call of Duty's so awesome, but something about the realism of PUBG, like they figured something out that's so unique that like I just hope that they can get those people and eventually get it like really flowing, make it like
Yeah.
super fluid.
Yeah, and I think it's just a lot of it is just their advertising, making sure that they're like very much like in the spotlight a lot when they have these releases is making sure that it sounds dumb, but like making sure that people are streaming it is big.
Yeah,
Like
no, that's for sure.
that's how you get people kind of hyped to play, like you got log on at work and you see Choco Taco or all these big streamers, Blitz5 streaming it, and you're like, whoa,
Let's go.
I want to go home and play. You know what I mean? And then they get online, they
No,
download
for
it.
sure. It's in
Okay,
2020. I mean, that's reality, dude. It's like a big part
yeah,
of their business is like who's playing it. You know.
yeah, and it's important. Unfortunately, like to me, sometimes the streaming stuff, like I just like don't get like these guys get so much stuff, but I'm like I get it because it's like literally most of their marketing, you know.
Yeah. No, for sure, man.
So
You know what's crazy? Speaking of this, I think I'm just gonna start playing here in a second, so hopefully it doesn't. I just clicked on Shroud's stream. Okay, it's muted.
on Mixer,
Um, I have like yet to watch him stream on Mixer,
I've watched him on
and
Mixer a bunch.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's playing Apex. But I bet like so many people try to get him to play like their game, or probably right. Like
Oh
I
yeah.
wonder if these companies like try to do something like that.
I'm sure there's like a good amount of people. He only
Yeah,
has like 5,000 viewers right now. Kind of sucks.
yeah. I'm watching him on play Apex. He's got some weird character. I haven't watched this game forever. They have like boxing gloves. I have
Yeah.
no idea what's happening like on the screen at all.
Yeah, they've changed it quite a bit. They added in some
It,
new characters, I think.
yeah, and you know what's kind of crazy? This I don't like because
But
I
you
did
cut
enjoy
out.
Apex and stuff like that. But look, I did enjoy Apex, but looking at this game, it's hard to look at it like after playing so much PUBG because it's so cartoony. But like I know it's
Yeah.
fun. I did enjoy it, so I don't want to hate on it.
No, it's very bright too
Yeah,
compared to like it's definitely very cartoony. It has like
yeah,
that like almost like pastel vibe to it. Like, you know what I
yes, it
mean?
does. Yeah, exactly. That's a good word for it. Yeah,
But yeah, yeah, this character he's playing with is very interesting. I have
yeah,
no idea what this is.
yeah. Me neither.
It looks like
Um,
they changed the gun loading system too a little bit, but I don't know. It looks like this is a different map also. There's a
yeah, yeah. I
train.
don't know if it's a different map or they updated it, but this is definitely I
I
haven't
know
seen
they
this.
they
There's a
added a
train
new
in here.
map. I played the new
Oh, did
map
they?
a little bit. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Honestly,
But I
didn't
don't know
even know
about
that.
this map. I don't remember this map at all. Unless they changed it. Like this is something I just didn't see.
Or yeah, maybe
Apex
it's such
Legends
a
was
map.
fun. It was a good concept. They really kind of blended in like just different aspects and made it pretty good. Like they did a better blackout in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think the game was fantastic. They did such a good job. I think where it's just tough though is the characters. Any game with new characters is hard to like. You really gotta play it often. Like now, like I'm like, I don't know what any
Yeah.
of the characters do, and then you're like, it's gonna be hard to get back into it. That's the
Yeah.
issue, I
There's a
think.
lot of buy-in on this. I'm not
Yeah,
really a fan of that either. It's just too hard when you have to like actually like keep up with it. PUBG's nice in that regards where you could just like jump on. It's like there'll be some new
yeah.
guns or something. It's like, okay, I could deal
Yeah,
with
if you
that.
haven't played PUBG in a year, you could just come back and be like, okay, this is cool. There's a couple new things in here, but like the game is pretty much the
Yeah, it's
same.
the same character. Like you're not getting the specials and all that stuff.
Yeah. I mean, that's what to me killed like League of Legends, some of these games. Like there's just so much from like a casual standpoint, like it's hard to go back in and then be like, there's all these new characters. What is this guy doing? Like, I don't know this guy's special ability. Like, oh, he kills everybody. I didn't know that. Like you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like in Apex, you don't know if this guy's got like a insta kill special, and you can't stand near him, or like you don't stand behind him. You got to learn all that shit, and then you like suffer playing for like a week to get just back into the game. But I guess it's kind of like everything. It is what it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, it's just like if you're into that type of game, it works out. But if you're
Yeah,
not, like me or something, it's not good.
yeah, for
I just
sure.
can't, I just can't keep up with all of it. Just too much. Just too much, man.
Yeah,
Just trying to play, I just want to be able to go home and play and not get stressed out about what character I need to play as.
yeah. So
you
you've
know,
been pretty much just playing PUBG, right? Any other games?
I got Fallen Order. I've been playing it a little bit. I need to play a lot more. I haven't played nearly enough.
Yeah, that game looks so much fun.
It is
Looks
fun.
awesome.
It is very fun. It's very like well done too.
Yeah.
Um,
Someone said it was like pretty short, and that was like a knock on it, but that almost made me want to get it because I just don't like want to put in the time to play a
yeah, I
long
know.
game.
That's my problem, dude. I just don't have the time. I need to like sit down on
Yeah.
the weekend, just play the whole thing out. But
Yeah.
it's so far, it's like very good mechanics. I think it runs smooth. They do a good
Yeah.
job with a lot of those games, and the story apparently. A guy I work with played it. He's like, dude, you gotta just play the game for the story. The story's so good.
That's cool.
So, they do a good job, I think. Even if
Yeah.
the game wasn't great, like the story itself is
It's like
always
really
usually
good.
pretty good with those.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's
Makes
really all I've
sense.
been playing. I mean, we gotta play some Age of Empires, dude.
Oh, I was actually thinking about the other day because I played it like,
I know.
a couple times for like a week and then I haven't played it at all.
I
So,
know. We should do Sunday morning coffee and Age of Empires or something. It's a nice,
yeah.
relaxing game in the morning.
Dude, 100%. Yeah,
I
like
like putting it on.
dude, that's exactly what it's made for. Having some coffee and play some Age of Empires.
Dude, you can
Dude,
play
I'm
the game
down.
though too for hours. It's so ridiculous. Like I think I played it. I turned it on. And I was like 6 hours later. I was like, holy shit, it's 2 o'clock.
Oh, dude, that's like I saw those games like that. Though that I mean, like stumble on my words. That's why you gotta love video games though, because I did the same thing, man. Where I was like, oh, I'm just gonna play for like 2 hours and then I'm gonna stop. Fast forward to me like literally playing for 4, 5, 6 hours, and the time like I just killed my whole Sunday one day, and I was like, but it was pretty relaxing. Like
Yeah, it
I was
wasn't
just
like, oh, I just like I got off of it. I was like, interesting. You know what I mean? I was like, okay, all right.
yeah.
I played
It's
one game and it was like the only reason I won is like we ran out. They ran out of resources.
yeah, I
It
find
was
that
like such a
happens
long
too.
game,
Yeah. It's one of those games too where
which
you
is not
almost, at
fun.
least for me, I almost enjoy just building my base more than I do like actually playing it out. Like I just
Yeah,
find
I
it
know.
like,
Me too. I built like a
eh,
whole like fucking concrete wall around my entire base.
yeah, it's like all I want to do, and then you just like sit there like, well, I built this whole base now. I guess I should go kill these guys.
Yeah, I know. And then you're like, I don't have any money or resources. I think I
Yeah,
was like running out of rock or something. I was like, oh shit, everything's gonna be made out of wood.
yeah. And then what's crazy is like the AI in that game is ridiculous because I have it like on normal AI because I don't want to get like beasted, and
Yeah.
they suck. But then like you go to their base, like they don't do that much, but then you go to their base and they have like 500 like buildings when you have, or like they have like 1,000 buildings, and you have like, you have a normal base, you have like one of each building, they'll
Yeah.
have like 500 armories, and
Yeah.
I'm like, what is going on here? And then it takes forever to kill their base
Yeah, I know.
because
They
they have
just
so
built a
many.
whole bunch of armories or like fishing piers or whatever, and you're
Dude,
like,
they like a
like one
thousand
ship.
fishing piers. Yeah.
You built one thing, you asshole.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, but what I was hoping is maybe me and you could play on a pretty big map, push the resources up, me and you be on a team versus like 3 or 4 AI, so it's like a little like, but not
Yeah.
super hard, so it's like a little bit more of a challenge, and then me and you work together and just like beast all the AIs
Yeah, that'd be
together.
fun. Yeah, we
I think
gotta
that'd
do
be
it.
pretty cool. Yeah,
So it'll be so relaxing.
yeah, little coffee stream. I like that, dude. I'm stoked.
Yeah, you gotta
Uh,
stream it. It'd be so
yeah,
funny to stream that.
yeah, it would be hilarious.
You could like
That's a
literally
good
like
idea.
those kind of games are like are really before streaming if you think about it. And I guess we could wrap it up with this. We hit an hour, but like
Yeah.
those kind of games are like were really popular before streaming was a thing. And if you really think about it, like battle royales are good for streaming because of all the stuff you can do.
Hmm.
Um, but in like super reality, like that game's even better because you could just be like building shit and just like chilling, like
Yeah, yeah, that's a
talking to
good stream
people.
game. Like, oh, chat with everybody. Oh,
Yeah,
okay, my trebuchet is ready. I'm gonna go place it here. Like,
yeah,
it's
like
very
yeah.
like you
As long as you
chill.
have decent defenses and stuff, you'll be okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
for sure. It's a good stream game. Yeah,
yeah. Oh, actually, Shrod just
great game.
switched to Escape from Tarkov.
Did he really? Wow,
He plays a lot of different games, dude. He's not like one.
it's interesting. A lot of people do that. They just switch from game to game to game when they're streaming.
Have you have no interest in trying Escape from Tarkov?
Not yet, man. I saw one thing about it, like that, like it's like Vigor, which is pretty slow,
Yeah,
and if I'm gonna play a game like that, I would just play Vigor, but nobody plays that, so it's kind of maybe pointless.
yeah. Vigor fizzled out pretty quickly, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I played it the other day. I like it, but I'm looking at it now. It only has 58 viewers on Twitch, so
Oh
I don't know.
no.
I think I'm gonna stop in and say hello to one of these people and see what's going on in the game after this. After we end this.
What is happening here? Why is it so?
Yeah,
I
he's like,
mean,
"What's new,
as
man?"
yeah, I've heard it's very it's like really extremely campy Escape from Tarkov, and
Yeah.
it's just like inventory simulator. Like you're just sitting there and just like playing with your inventory for hours. Like
Yeah,
you
I
can
just
have
feel
so much shit.
yeah, I just feel like I definitely want to put some more games in the rotation, but certain games like that, like for me, like if all these PUBG streamers are like going to Tarkov, like I don't want to just do that just to like see what it's like. I almost rather be on
Yeah,
PUBG. So if like you want to watch PUBG, maybe you'll be like you'll find my channel because your
yeah, the
favorite
normal
streamer is
person
playing Tarkov
likes.
or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe I have the wrong idea about it, but
no, I
it's
agree
kind of
with
like where
you.
I'm
I
at.
don't think everyone loves Escape from Tarkov. A lot of people I've seen like in chats are like, "Oh God, this game!" Like, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
So I think it's just probably like it's also a preference. Like, do you really like the streamer? Are you watching the streamer for the stream for the
so,
streamer? Are you really
yeah.
watching for the game? You
No,
know,
for sure, man. Mhm.
and I think it's a mixture of both. Like, there's times where I see like if Choco Taco's playing Fortnite, I'm not watching him. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
if
yeah,
you're
yeah.
streaming Fortnite, I'd watch you play it though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, but
just
for the
different.
most, yeah, I wouldn't. I don't know if I'd watch me play Fortnite. I'm kidding, but yeah, I agree with you. I'm like no hate for Fortnite, but I'm really not gonna watch someone play it.
No,
You know?
yeah, it's just not my game. But
Yeah,
maybe like if someone's playing Escape from Tarkov, like it depends on the game too. I guess is what I'm saying.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
streamer
yeah.
and
It
the
does. It's
game
a combination.
combination sometimes.
Yeah, it
I've been
definitely
watching it
is.
and it just looks so freaking campy. Like
That's what
I've
I heard
never
too. I
seen
mean,
it.
I heard someone's complaining about PUBG, and then they were like, "Oh, I play Tarkov," and I realized like that's a campy game. You know, they're like, I
Yeah,
thought PUBG was campy. Like, go play Tarkov, and I was like, yeah, if that's what this person's saying, I don't think I want to
yeah,
go play that.
yeah. I know. That's like I saw like a clip earlier of someone playing it, just like guys hiding around the corner. It's like dark alleyways, and you're just like, oh god. I'm like, this just sucks.
Yeah, that's honestly why I like Vigor though. It's so odd. The game is like such a shit show, but it's like playing a single player game, and then occasionally you realize you're like, oh shit, I'm in like a multiplayer game. There's a guy here, but it's really like this weird, like you're going out and like build like getting. It's almost like The Sims, like you're trying to get shit for your house and like go build your house up better. So it's like this relaxing thing. It might not be the best for people to watch, but I played it the other day off stream, that
Yeah,
just to check it out. Yeah,
I never
but
played Vigor, so
it's probably not worth it, but
yeah, I know.
might.
It's gone.
We'll
I've
see.
gone too far, but
All right, dude.
yeah,
So let's wrap it up here. I'm glad we got the podcast, at least another
yeah. We
episode
should
in. We got
get
the
back
podcast
rolling.
back after a little hiatus.
Yeah,
2020, let's go, baby.
yeah. We back.
We're back, and yeah, this is good because I just got Podbean just asked me if I wanted to pay for a whole another year of the podcast, and I said yes. So I was like, let's
Oh
go,
shit!
baby.
Yeah, gotta put that money to work.
Let's go, baby.
Yeah,
And yeah, hopefully I'll see you soon. And
yeah,
either
definitely.
way, I'll let you know. Actually, I don't have any like major plans this weekend. Maybe Age of Empires, or we could always
Same.
do it like the following weekend. But I don't have any
Yeah,
set plans this weekend. So this might be a
yeah,
good
yeah.
weekend to do a
Yeah.
wake up stream
I'm
session.
down. I'm down.
All
I
right.
don't think I have anything going on either.
All right, sounds good, man. What's today? Wednesday. So
Yeah.
I'll
Wednesday
publish
the
this
15th.
tomorrow. I'm debating whether or not like I want to put this on YouTube. I always did that in the past, but I'm not sure. Maybe I'll see. Maybe I will. But definitely on iTunes and stuff. And
Yeah.
yeah, man, we'll see.
All right.
All right,
Well,
dude.
have a good night.
Yeah, you too,
Thanks
man.
everybody for stopping by.
Yep. And as always, what do we say? What's the line?
Thanks
Thank you for
for
making it
to the
into the
final
final
circle.
circle.
Oh,
All right, everybody, take it easy.
later.
Peace.